There we go. Oh. Solid fish. Very large fish. Two things you need to know when streamer fishing, and you too will have success. It took me a lot of decades to figure this out. Right, I'm gonna fast forward it for you because there are two critical things when streamer fishing that once I started doing, it's been pretty consistent from that point on. I have a confidence fly. My confidence fly is the Sculptzilla. I don't know what it is about that fly. It works everywhere. It's likely due to the fact that it's articulated, right? It has one hook, but it's at the trailing end of the fly. And it really does simulate a lot of different types of bait fish, whether it's sculpins, small little fish, really any type of little fish out there. All right, let's start off with the first thing. The first thing may seem obvious, but it's not, because the first thing I used to do is walk up to a hole and I'd cast right into where I thought was the best place in the hole. Don't do that. Work the hole first. Start up close and then work your streamer out. And you're gonna find you're gonna have a lot more success if you fish the closer waters first, just to make sure there isn't a fish up close. I've caught a lot of fish up close, and then start working it out until eventually you're hitting that sweet spot. All right, I'm gonna walk the fly a little bit further, hit just the edge. I'm doing an upstream cast too, because I don't know, I just really like starting with that. Get a little further out. Oh, that was a huge tug. Oh, he's coming after it again. Still hitting it. Working the hole is very important. Now, I also want you to cast straight out and just swing it down. I want you to cast upstream and pull it down quickly. I want you to cast downstream at a 45 and pull it across quickly. I want you to work every single aspect of the hole that you're fishing. That is the first thing to consider. It's not always just the same thing, right? You want to be random in your approach, but intentional. Start up close, fish every little section, make every sort of cast, whether it's across, whether it's upstream, whether it's a quarter of the way upstream, whether it's downstream, work that whole section. There we go. Oh. Solid fish. Oh man, yeah, that's a really nice fish. Got 4X on. Gotta be a little careful. Oh shit, I missed. Oh, wow, that is a beaut. Holy crap. That is a chunky fish. Look at that thing. Wow. Beautiful. Oh. Now, once you've done that, I want you to move down 10 feet and start over again. So work at the top of the hole. In this case, you can kind of see the boulders right here, and work your way down to the end of the hole, which is kind of this tail out water here. So work all of the hole and be intentional about it. Be random in your presentation. Do all sorts of things, right? Work that streamer, every square foot of that hole. Number 2 is about presentation. What I mean by that is your stripping, right? Sometimes you don't want to put any strip on it at all. And you want that just to casually tumble down in the rocks and towards the bottom. and just let the marabou do all the work. Sometimes you're gonna need a panic strip, right? You're gonna have to strip that thing in really fast. Sometimes it's somewhere in between, short, small strips just to give it a little bit of movement. Sometimes you're using the tip of the rod to give the fly a little bit of action. Sometimes it's long strips in a stop. And what I mean by all of this is I'm being very random in my stripping. If you're doing it one way and one way only, you'll probably have some success, but you'll find a lot more success if you do more random things, right? Whether that's where you're fishing in the hole and how you're stripping that fly back. Do nothing, do a little bit, do a lot. Sometimes I have caught a beautiful fish just reeling in frantically fast and hooked a nice 17-inch fish. I was reeling in, ready to give up the goose, and then this big fish came up and grabbed it. Oh yeah, wow. Yeah, that is a very nice fish. So it can be just that random, but it's got to be intentional, right? Don't walk up to the hole and just do the same thing over and over and over again, because if you're not catching fish, you're going to get the same result. You're not going to catch any fish. So try that the next time you're out there streamer fishing. Pick yourself up a Sculptzilla, and I'll leave the comment, or I'll leave the product, I'll leave the fly pinned to the comment below, and you are supporting a local fly shop if you decide to buy from Fly Fish Food or some of your local shops. Most everybody carries the Sculptzilla in olive. All right, everybody, and if you need a little help with your cast, check out this video right here. 8 minutes, and I promise you, you'll cast that fly just a little bit further, that streamer, a little bit further than you are today. All right, everybody, till the next time, fish on.